Welcome guys. So as we all know, Canon just released the Eos R5, the much anticipated Eos R5, and also the Eos R6. But we're going to be focusing on the R5, their main chick, as they say. Do they say that? So the reason why I wouldn't, one of the reasons why I wouldn't buy this camera is we're moving forward in times. We're going to the future. Things are getting smaller and smaller. However, Canon for some reason thinks that things should get bigger and bigger. Now I'm using a Olympus. This is the camera I'm using now, is the Olympus OMD EM5 Mark III. Now if you look at that camera, it's actually quite small. It's very petite. I love that. Do you know why? Because that's the future. If you're gonna travel, you don't want to carry a massive camera with a massive lens. Now, I don't know if you've seen a 45mm lens of an Olympus. Now this is not a comparison between Olympus and Canon in any way. This is a micro four thirds, the other one is a full frame, totally different thing. I'm just talking about the size. This is a 45mm lens, f1.8 Zuiko. Have you seen the lens, a 45mm lens for the RF mount of the Canon Eos R5? I was lucky enough to get my hands on one of them. Here it is. This is the Canon Eos 45mm f4. Now I was also lucky enough for Canon to send me their latest flagship, the Canon Eos R5. Now if you mount it with the new lens, the 85mm f4 USM, you'll be able to tell the whole story. This is the new R5, guys. As you can see, it's not the lightest. It's not the lightest camera by all means. And I was wondering what was Canon thinking when they were designing this. Now I normally, let me just put this down here. Now I normally carry my camera, my DSLR camera, in my little bag, in my little pouch here when I go traveling, because I like to travel light, you know. I like to travel light, do some portrait, some nature photography, some wide angle. But because of the size of the Canon EOS R5 that they've just released, I've bought a new bag just so I can be able to fit it inside. Here it is. This is my new bag now. Here it is. I hope it will be able to fit the lenses that I'm going to be putting in there, because I want to carry a zoom lens as well for the RF mount, and I want to carry the camera as well, so I hope it will be able to fit in here. This is my new bag instead of my old one for the Olympus. I happen to had many cameras in the past. Canon. I had the Canon M50, I had the Canon 60D, I had the Canon 90D, I bought the Canon M6 Mark II. But I've never seen anything like the new R5. I thought we were going forward, but we seem to be going backwards in time. This is my 300mm Olympus lens. This is a 300, which is equivalent to a 600mm, 35mm equivalent on a full frame. And look at the size of this. It's just almost the size of a can of a Coke. Now I don't know if you've seen the new released 800mm or 600mm RF mount lens. I couldn't get my hands on one of them, but I assume it's going to be about that big. Maybe we won't be able to fit it in the frame here. So this is one of the reasons why I would never touch an R5, even if it's given to me for free, because I won't be able to carry it. I will have a hunched back and a broken neck. The other thing I would like to discuss about the Canon EOS R5. This is a message for Canon straight away. Who are you making the 8K videos for? Who is going to use 8K videos? First of all, have you ever tried editing a 4K video on a gaming laptop? This is my gaming laptop. RTX. It uses RTX 2060. Now this is one of the higher end graphic cards out there. The highest is probably the RTX 2070 and RTX 2080. It is impossible to edit any sort of 4K any longer than 30 seconds. It takes ages to load. I'm using the NCH video pad software. It takes ages to be able just to cut and paste. You won't be able to see anything moving. It all stopped, frozen, because the laptop, there are no capable enough, there is no fast processor that is fast enough to edit 4K, let alone To upload it on YouTube, it takes about 16 hours to upload a 1-minute video, and then you won't be able to view it. The internet is not quick enough to be able to view a 4K video without having a 15 stops per second, just so that it buffers and loads. Now imagine trying to upload in 8K. I don't know which year Canon is living in, but I don't think the technology exists to cut and edit and produce a video in 8K and then upload it on 8K and then for others to watch it in 8K. Why would anyone do that? And then you're left with this massive file, which is about 100 gigabytes. I don't think there's enough hard disk in the world to take a 1-hour video or a 30-minute video on an 8K. I don't think it hasn't happened yet. Maybe you need a 10 terabyte hard drive to save one video. Now, this is another point that I would never touch an R5 for, because of the 8K. I don't need an 8K. Maybe in 20 years time, maybe when things are faster, maybe I would use an 8K. But now I'm very happy with the 1080p, and I'm sometimes happy with the 4K as well. I'm now filming in 4K. One shot. It's not going to be editing. One shot, straight in. The other point that I would like to touch about the Canon EOS R5, the new achievement for Canon, is... Oh, my battery's running out. I think I've took too much. Whoop, it's gonna close. Oh yeah, the battery. They've updated the battery 14%, which is a bit better than the previous one. A bit better, 14% better. The same size, but this massive body, but the same size battery. They wouldn't even give you a better battery, but it's improved by 14%. What is 14% if you think about it? Let's say an hour, 60 minutes. 14% is about, it's gonna give you about 5 minutes extra footage. Is that it? 2020. This is the latest technology from Canon. Many points I would like to touch on, but my battery is running out, unfortunately. I wish I had a Canon battery so that I've got 14% extra, but I haven't got it. Many other points I'd like to touch on. Please, if you like this video, comment, share, subscribe, and maybe I'll see you in the next video. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next video.